Myanmar's anti-coup protesters are ramping up efforts to boycott the military. This time, there's a new tactic, a non-cooperation campaign. Protesters are calling for people to stop paying electricity bills and agricultural loans. They're also urging parents to stop sending their children to school. The new strategy comes after an agreement was struck between ASEAN leaders and military chief Min Aung Hlaing. The deal agrees to end the violence in Myanmar. But protesters are not happy. They say it lacks a clear timeline and falls short of holding the military accountable for the deaths of hundreds of civilians. Leong Wai-kit joins us live. Wai-kit, will this new protesters' boycott affect the military?
Not at all, Jill. I mean, regardless of the form of resistance or tactics, whether it's guerrilla-style protests where people protest and then quickly hide, or not paying bills or loans or going on strike. That's not going to have an impact on the army because they will always have the upper hand against protesters. But it will have an impact on the way the country moves forward. You've already mentioned, Jill, that some protesters are unhappy with the way ASEAN deals with the matter because they feel it's one-sided, that the ASEAN leaders have not talked to the pro-democracy camp but only to the Myanmar army. Remember, this involvement of ASEAN in Myanmar's resolution is still at its infancy stage. Yes, there is consensus that Myanmar army will stop killing unarmed civilians, but there is no guarantee, especially when the Myanmar army's side of the story is that there are extremely violent protesters who have homemade weapons like guns and bombs. And there is, again, no timeline for when the special envoy, ASEAN envoy, would enter Myanmar. So this ongoing push for resistance could always raise the possibility for the Myanmar army to say, look guys, we need some time to settle security issues and internal affairs before deeming it safe for the delegation or ASEAN envoy to enter Myanmar.
Meanwhile, ousted leader Aung San Suu Kyi's court hearing has been postponed again.
Yeah, that's right. And now Ms. Suu Kyi is looking to her two new court cases in early May. One court case just to hear accusations of her breaching the country's Official Secrets Act. The other court case, the other court hearing rather, is for her to hear the remaining 5 charges, including sedition as well as illegally owning walkie-talkies. As of now, her lawyers still have not seen her in person. Her lawyers say that she's getting frustrated with the slow and long legal process, and the lawyers also added that Ms. Suu Kyi may not have a TV and therefore no access to news and perhaps does not know what's happening in Myanmar and to Myanmar.
Leong Wai-kit with the latest from Myanmar. Thank you.